Hey guys, Julian Green, aka Juju from Juju Reviews, and right now it's gonna be a full-blown rant. Later on this year, we have a new Disney movie featuring the newest Disney princess named Moana. It features a young girl of Polynesian descent, the first princess of Polynesian descent, going on this super grand adventure on the seas, being a navigator, doing awesome stuff. And in typical Disney fashion, she, as being the main character, she has a sidekick. Frozen had Olaf, Mulan had Mushu, and now Moana has Maui. Maui as being played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, basically the Beyonce of all men. He plays a demigod of the Polynesian descent, so he's a big character in the Polynesians' history. Dude is strong, the dude is buff, dude has long flowing hair. I saw the teaser and I got super excited for it immediately. But this is where the rant's gonna come in. So apparently critics are slamming Disney for making a obese character. Seriously? Is this a thing? So they're basically blaming Disney, pointing the finger at them for fat shaming, saying that, oh, this is giving a bad depiction of what Polynesian men are. Most Polynesian men don't look like this. Like, people come in all shapes and sizes. So did we not get the memo? Like, I seriously think that we didn't get the memo on this. So wait a minute. So for years we've been having this conversation about models and how they look so skinny, and it makes girls of bigger stature make them feel bad. That's why there was this whole thing about having plus size models and getting bigger models, so that way there'll be people of all shapes and sizes being represented. That way everyone has a hero to look up to. But now that we actually have a character that is actually bigger on the little plus size, now we're still fat shaming? Really? What? If you look at Disney's history, a lot of people are basically stick skinny. Cinderella, Jasmine, Aladdin, Hercules, all these people have physiques that don't look like what normal people look like on the everyday basis. And the fact that people are actually drawing these out, I know it's cartoons and I know that it's make-believe, but when people draw these things out, obviously they're not thinking about the actual depiction of actual people. I mean, up until this point, the only people who actually look like an actual character and the body types look like somebody I can actually see on the street was in Lilo and Stitch. Nani. I mean, let me pull up this picture of Nani. Look at this. Look at this. She looks like a normal person. Her proportion sizes are just fine. And guess what? She's a Hawaiian character. So what is the problem that Maui doesn't look like Jason Momoa or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson himself? Look, I get it. Like, whoever... This all was brought on by this New Zealand politician named Jenny Salisa. She basically goes on record saying that these are not how your typical Polynesians look, and that this is pretty much telling kids that it's okay to be obese. Now, first off, Jenny, just because somebody is overweight doesn't mean they're obese. There are plenty of people who are overweight, a little bit on the plus side of 200 plus pounds, and they're not obese. They're perfectly healthy. So for you to assume just because this character is big, he has to be obese, that's fat shaming on your own damn self. You're over here saying that we need to take a step forward by making another skinny character? That's actually taking a step backward. You're too busy talking about going forward. You're taking 2 steps back and you don't even know it. Look, I know he's a big character in your history, like you teach your kids about this type of thing, but think about this. He's a demigod. I'm not gonna step on your beliefs at all. I'm not. That's not what I do. But if you look at something like Clash of the Titans or anything with a Greek or Norse mythology, look at Zeus. He's been depicted so many different times in so many different movies that he has varying looks now. I've seen books of pictures of him and he looks different in almost every single one. I mean, if we could go from the Disney, if you want to get on Disney, we can go on the Disney Hercules movie, see Zeus as this big hulking giant of a man with a big voice like this. And then you look at Clash of the Titans and we see Liam Neeson. Like, huh? Second off, why don't you want to see somebody of a bigger stature be in a Disney movie? It's about damn time. A lot of people who were actually bigger, it was played for comedic effect. And I don't know about you, but when I saw that teaser with Maui, I was like, whoa, this guy seems pretty cool. My first thought wasn't that he was bigger than everybody else. I was looking at those awesome tattoos and that awesome flowing hair. I was excited that The Rock was voicing him. The last thing on my mind was that he was bigger than everyone else. The fact that this is the first thing on your mind, it really you're sick. I mean, whatever happened to not caring about people's appearance? Bottom line, people come in all shapes and sizes. If somebody wanted to make a movie about my life, I'm not gonna get mad if Rick Ross wants to play me. You bring it on. I got the beard, he has the beard. I want to see myself as that person. You don't see me complaining every time a black person wants to play a slave, because guess what? They chose it. If they didn't want to play the slave and they feel offended by it, they could have not taken a role. Yeah, it's a job. I get it. But still, you have the power to not take the role. If you were angry about it, don't do it. Period, point blank. And, you know, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is Polynesian. Why, if he's not complaining, why are you complaining? He made the choice. He's gonna do this movie. He enjoys doing this movie. You could tell he's having a lot of fun by the teaser. So if he's fine, shut your mouth. And you know, I'm gonna go into a little bit of something else. When Quentin Tarantino makes his movies and it has the N-word in it all the time, what do you expect? I would be even more offended if he didn't put that word in it. I mean, if you're gonna make a movie set in the Civil War, you gotta use that word a minimum of 500 times. And if Samuel Jackson is okay with Quentin Tarantino saying the N-word to his face during the scene in Pulp Fiction, then you let it be. Guys, this has to stop. This really has to stop. You are literally calling for the perfect body type, which is not something that everybody is. Look at me, I'm a skinny guy, and I still want Rick Ross to play me. Just look at the fact that this is the first Polynesian princess in a Disney movie. You say, yeah, that's great, but it's amazing. Maui looks like an awesome character. This looks like an awesome movie, and I'm gonna watch it regardless. You're the one who's fat shaming, not Disney. You know, Disney has done some terrible things in the past. I admit that. Song of the South, we're not gonna talk about that, but it happened. Get over it. It was a different time. It was different filmmakers. It was all different. Yeah, there's still racism, but we've progressed exponentially since the time that movie came out. We have the movie Birth of a Nation, which is hands down the most racist and worst movie not created by Disney ever. But guess what? You forgot about it. It's over. So you know what? Just focus on looking ahead instead of like pointing out, nitpicking all these things, which is what I'm afraid that Disney has just been a thing that people just nitpick on. Now, my closing argument, it will be different if you had Maui just over here in every single scene he's eating something unhealthy. If this guy was a gluttonous pig, then I would understand your gripe. But some of the headlines that I've seen of this, it's horrible. This dude looks powerful. He looks strong. He looks like he has power. He does not look in any way unhealthy, and I don't see why he can't be a role model for bigger bone kids. Even if there is a kid that is obese and they look at Maui and they see this hero who in your eyes looks obese, what is the problem of him looking up to that? He's not showing any signs of overeating. He's not showing any signs of being sickly. This is an awesome character who just so happens to be bigger. So get over it. Get over it. I'm done. All right, guys, so what do you think about this? I mean, do you think that Maui looks a little obese? Do you think that he is? Do you think that this is fat shaming? Do you think Disney is guilty of this? Let me know in the comments down there. And just remember, I'm a dude in his room talking to his camera very angrily. I love you, and I'm out.